talking too much.
That's right. Yap, 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 yap.
Running their mouths, almost forgot.
Right.
But what I was going to say is, I think one thing that's helping me a lot is now that I'm turning my speed down and doing my finish work.
Yeah.
It is helping me get a feel, for because you can't see what you're grinding because it's against the belt.
Right.
But doing that finish work by hand is helping me get a feel for that. So maybe I'll eventually be able to transition into all, everything by hand. But
yeah, man, eventually, maybe. Who knows?
What's up, guys? Who all we got in here?
What up, everybody?
Justin's still live, so I'm sure some more folks will show up after that. That's pretty common. Do you watch any of Justin's stuff? OCD for EDC?
No.
He's one of my favorite live streams to watch, actually.
I'm just still finding out, like, motherfuckers. I'm like, oh shit, he has a channel. Oh shit, he has a channel.
Yeah, I just like Justin's personality a lot. I like. His wife is on there with him, and she's a fucking hoot, dude. She's snappy.
Nice.
I enjoy that. Yeah. Oh, we got Demon Ock, Goondots, Marco, Jeffrey Dawson, Paul Mills.
What up, peoples?
Yeah. So far, that's all I'm seeing in the chat. Joseph S. There's Cole from Broke Ass Knives.
What up, Cole?
Cheeto's in here. Shane's got a stiff one for your feelings. Yeah, I've had a few people's feelings get hurt over me attacking Cole. And you know what's funny? You know who's not upset about my attack on Cole on Instagram?
Wait, Cole. Tri-State. Oh, Tri-State.
Yeah, do you know who's not upset about it?
Huh.
Tri-State.
Well, yeah, probably not.
Right. We've talked on the phone 2 or 3 times since then. We joke about it and cut up. But, man, people's fan bases on YouTube can be...
Oh, yeah. Well, people get into that little...
Yeah.
Click mentality.
They do. Looks like Javon's in here. What's up, Javon?
What up, Javon? Jeffrey Dawson, Goondocks, Paul.
Yeah.
Fed Harrison, 2 guns, 3 chains.
That's right, 2 guns and 3. You're 100% right. 2 guns, 3 chains.
That motherfucker hard pimping.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. No doubt. Yeah. I was telling Donnie before we started that my plan tonight is to try to do some internet-y stuff and try to share my screen. There's a few makers I'd like to kind of go highlight tonight. Some of them you guys already know about, but what got me to thinking about it was I really wanted to talk about this. I still don't remember if this guy gave me permission to say where this knife came from, but many of you already know I was gifted a GEC. This is actually a Bull Buster. This is the larger one, GEC Bull Buster. And, I'm not a huge slip joint guy, but the fact that these are made in America for around $100 is awesome. And if you ever experience one and see how well done they are and how refined they are, it's worth every penny. But that's not the point. The point was, apparently Terry over at, what is it again, Donnie? 1931. Saw that I got one, and he must have had one because he form fitted me a custom leather slip for this thing. Guys, this is leather, and it's every bit as thin as Kydex. So it's super thin, and it's super hard. It fits this thing perfect, man. He knocked this out of the park, y'all. So that's one of the guys I want to go check out to make sure everybody knows, because a lot of people may remember or know who Terry is, but I still notice that he comes in chat sometimes and they don't know who 1931 Leatherworks is, which is Terry. Yeah, I know Terry has been doing some. When I first met him, he was just doing like shipwrecks on copper stuff. And now he's moved into Leatherworks. So while we're talking, I'm going to see if I can make this work. If I disappear or anything, y'all holler and let me know, because you guys know how good I am at at internet stuffs. Give me just a minute here. I don't have a fancy setup, so when I share screen, I'm actually leaving the lobby. And
Oh, goodbye.
yeah. So I can't see what's on screen right now or what's happening.
Oh, you can't right now?
No, all I can see is the tab that I pulled up.
Oh, well, you look pretty normal, so I think it's fine.
Let's see. All right. Now I think I can go back to here, hit present, share screen.
I have this open on my phone, but I think I fucked up the timing on it. So when I look over, it's off timed, and I'm like, which time am I in?
All right, can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So y'all can see, you can see Terry's Instagram page I'm on?
Yeah, it's nice and clear. You're scrolling up and down.
Okay, cool. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Terry Coors, or Court, I'm sorry, 1931 Leatherworks. If you're not following him on Instagram, I highly recommend you do so, as you can see some beautiful slips he's made here. And if I'm not mistaken, this one picture, I would be willing to bet that that's my slip that I'm holding in my hand right here.
Yeah.
He's got his red Bullbuster in. So that makes sense of why it turned out perfect, because he had one there to form it to. But it looks like Terry also, is he doing anodizing as well?
I don't really know, man.
I don't know.
I know. I only know he does the leather work.
Right.
Chimichanga Cheeto.
Let's see. If you want to see some cool photography work from a
Marsal.
Oh, Patina. Yeah. I was mostly, Kyle, I was mostly just doing like makers, but you're absolutely right. If you guys want to see some beautiful knives photographed in some beautiful settings, Patina Turner is definitely the place to go. Let me see if I can go back here and change this now.
Oh, I didn't know he took photos.
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, that's what he does for a living too.
See, I don't even know. I talk to these motherfuckers, all these people in chats, and I have no idea that they do cool shit.
Yeah. This was another one I wanted to bring up. This guy's he's making some really cool, really beautiful fixed blades. And I like that he's using some, I don't know if I would necessarily call them exotic materials for handles. It's stuff that's been known for a while. But
he makes it look nice.
Yes, he does. He finishes them very nice.
And that gentleman has minimal tooling, man.
Oh, really?
Like, he doesn't have a 2x72.
Right.
He uses a small grinder. Yeah, that dude's putting in work. He was just on Grumpy's live the other day.
So I missed that. I didn't get to catch Grumpy. I don't get to catch Grumpy maybe once a month, it seems like.
I think it was Grumpy's.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that plunge, though, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's doing good work for sure.
He is, man, and it keeps getting nicer.
Yeah.
Maddie has one. I don't remember which model. It's a small one.
Yeah, Maddie's is beautiful too.
Yeah, that's nice. His handle work is super nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can
I
see. I
feel like I've never made a handle shine like his.
Yeah. Do you see that hump right there in his grind line though?
Yeah.
And that's not pointing out something wrong, but you guys, that is the bane of your existence when you start grinding knives.
We call it a smile.
Yeah, you get that smile, and it's the more you try to fix it, probably the more you're gonna mess it up.
And like if you have it even on both sides, I think aesthetically it's fine. I don't think it matters.
Right.
But if you ever want to talk about working that out, I can help you.
Well, that's what I was telling you. That's one advantage to grind it by hand. Like, it's really hard to work out when you grind with a jig.
I can see it because you can't feel it as much.
Right. And you can't necessarily apply pressure.
Yeah.
Right where you need to make that go away.
Yeah, because like when I'm grinding, like if I got a little spot, like if my edge is a little thicker here, yeah. I still need to take a full pass, but I'm only really putting pressure right in the center.
Right.
And And even though it's still technically hitting all of it, it's really only really taking material away from the spot I'm putting pressure on. Like, yeah, grinding by hand is fucking it. It's tricky.
It's harder.
It's not easy, but
it's harder. But you can do a better job.
To an extent. I mean,
yeah.
You can be way more consistent if you're really good with a jig. You can make every single knife look exactly the same.
Right. Maddie just came in. Maddie, we were just talking about Aries EDC.
Maddie.
Some of these guys making stuff in the community that
all fuck B Shady, killing it.
Let's see if I can find.
Damn, my camera sucks. I need to get this thing is terrible. Sorry, guys. Not that I'm like, I got these bug eyes. You see.
If I mess up and shut this off, guys, I apologize. I'm still trying to. And I think most everybody here knows who this guy is. Mr.
Keith Knife Freak.
Looks like Keith does have a pretty decent grinder. You don't have I'm not seeing a whole lot of pictures of his work, though.
We got some washers and dryers. We got some MREs.
Yeah, Keith's got a little bit of everything on here, but I've seen his work.
Little fish.
Oh, come on, Keith.
Yeah, all MREs. This dude, his shit pops up on my Instagram all the time, and it's always MREs.
Yeah. There's some.
Oh, there's the Ulus.
His custom Ulus. He made some little Warncliffe fixed blades here recently that I really liked. I actually made one. It was kind of inspired by what he's doing. I didn't try to copy it exact. Well, now we know that Keith the Knife Freak does not have enough pictures of his work.
It's true.
He's got some cool pictures. There we go. There's one.
Yep, there's one.
But yeah, he definitely needs more pictures of his work for sure. Yeah, Keith the Knife Freak. I don't know what ordering from Keith is
He sucks my pickle. Damn, Stevie. What up, Stevie?
Stevie here?
Yeah, he said Keith sucks his pickle.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew, dude.
Anytime I talk about, buying from folks within the community, there's always the EDC roundtable. Those guys, you got Joe over there making, beautiful leather goods, and Stevie and his beard and butthole bombs. They're awesome. And
it's for the butthole too?
Well, he don't advertise it that way, but you just rub your
fingers. Does it moisturize and loosen, or just moisturize? Or does it tighten? Does it pucker it?
They don't pucker it.
Oh.
Maybe that's just the chicks that I know, though. But if it's getting a little dry and chafed down there, you just little circles like that, it'll fix it right up, dude. Yeah. Yeah. And you got Forrest making really cool Hank. Forrest's Hank of the Month Club is really cool.
I want one of those 1931 Hanks I just saw, man, with the little fucking Frankenstein guy on it. That's sweet.
Yeah, he does a lot of Hanks for with people in the community's logos.
Yeah. I'm gonna have him do some more of mine at some point.
Look here. What does this say? We gotta give O'Brien some shit. I got my first.
What? Oh, Brian's on here. Look at this motherfucker.
That I'll keep in my collection.
Hi, Brian.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you there, Brian. I don't have an issue at all with MBK. I had an MBK, the large swayback in ZDP 189 at like 66 HRC2. It was incredible.
That sounds crazy. I've never played with a knife that hard before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she said. But I didn't keep mine, but it was because of timing, not because I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, I had to move on at the time, but I've always been a fan of the stuff that MBK does.
Yeah.
So who you got in mind, dude? Who you want me to look up? I know I want to look up that Jesse guy.
Well, yeah, look up Jesse Jaros. That dude makes nice stuff.
JESSE,
and then it's JAROZ.
JERR. I must not be following him.
I think it's just one R.
Maybe. JER.
fucking hate computers so much.
Oh shit, dude!
Scotchy things, what up? I thought I saw you come in. I couldn't find it on the computer screen. What up, dude?
I can't find it. Dang it.
Oh, really?
Steven?
I think I follow him. I'll send it to you. But Jason Larevo.
Huh?
Larevo Knives. It's Larevo.
All right.
That dude makes badass folders, and that dude does them by.
Spell it again. L what?
Larevo. 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 I think it's Larevo.
Larevo Knives.
Yeah. Yeah, he does it all by hand like me, man. It takes him like a week to 2 weeks to make a knife just like me.
Right.
And I've learned a bunch of shit from this dude. Super nice dude. Him and his wife are fucking awesome people.
Oh, he's helped you in the past too?
Yeah.
That's really cool when you find somebody that's awesome at what they do and they're willing to holy cow.
I'm telling you, man. Like this is definitely one of the dudes that's inspired me in my making journey here.
I think I can see it a little bit. Not to say that it's a copy or anything, but I can see the inspiration there.
Yeah, dude, his knives are killer, man. They feel like fucking butter and glass, dude. Just so smooth, so nice.
Yeah. That's what blows my mind about your stuff, and I don't want to take away from you, but yours and like Scott Stills is.
Fuck yeah, dude. Scott fucking, he makes killer work, man.
You really have to feel it to appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, I kind of found out about him late, like I'd started making folders or whatever, but I really only found out about Scott maybe within the last year and a half or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I talked to him a little bit here and there, and that dude's awesome, man. Like, he's definitely on my list of knives I want.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason makes great knives, man. He was at Blade this year. I think he brought 4 or 5, but he definitely.
I would be afraid to ask what his knives sell for.
I couldn't tell you. I know a couple of them on the table were like 22 to 2,300. But I mean, he's using tits materials.
Oh yeah.
Building it by hand.
Yeah, I can't imagine what all that.
Like all his builds, all are fancy. They're all Sanmai, Damascus. Yeah.
I don't even know what you call that when they put the copper in the blade. Is that still considered Damascus?
No, usually they call it like copper mai or gomai or some shit. I don't know.
I got you. Yeah, that's beautiful stuff right there, man.
Yeah, that dude's work's killer.
I can't believe that I don't have Jesse Joros.
Oh yeah, I meant to look that up for you. My bad. Another dude that's been a fucking inspiration.
I thought it was spelt funny, like it was Jerosz or something like that.
It's Jaroz. I think Jaros.
I thought it had a fancy spelling that.
It's still not popping up for you.
Wait a minute, maybe this is
Is it?
Yeah, it is Jarosz. I knew
OSZ. Oh, my bad. Shit.
Yeah, I knew there was an S thrown in there that I didn't expect.
My bad. Yeah, his work's super killer.
You're good.
And he also does he does that whatever that top liner lock right there on the left. Down. No, go back down.
Oh. Right there?
No, go back down. Well, yeah, that's the thing, but they show the lock on the neck further down. But it's like a top liner lock, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it's called.
I'm sorry, I don't know where you were telling me to go.
No, go back down. Go back. Go back down. Go back down. That one right there. There's like a.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
And that's all done by hand.
I don't know how. No, this dude has a mill and shit.
Well, even still.
But he's still, it's all in house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. And again, I'd be afraid to ask
I don't know what his go for. I hate his clip though.
What do you hate about the clip?
I don't know everything about it.
It's just not for you, huh?
Yeah, most of them. Like, there's a couple that he does nice, but that bullshit one with like the 3 screws, no, fuck that noise. It looks lazy as a motherfucker. And I know the dude's not lazy because I know his knives are nice as fuck.
Right, right.
But that's like a personal thing, you know. That's not hate on him.
I got you.
Some people don't give a fuck.
It's just amazing to me some of the stuff that people are putting out, dude, with limited tools and limited resources. It's mind blowing, man. You know, like when I watch you hand sand something, you know, to spec, when it's got to be an exact thickness, and you're just sitting there rubbing it until that just. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying anybody could do it, but
it pains me.
Yeah, I don't have the patience.
And that's what it is. You have to be able to just mindlessly do it for hours and just know that it's going to pay off, even though it's fucking horrible to do.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's not Billy. Billy's here, but he's leaving. Says he's riding to New Orleans. You be careful, man.
I don't know who you are, but good luck.
That's Apex Alchemy. He's got a channel. He makes fixed blades too.
Oh, sweet. My bad. Yeah. I just don't know.
Yeah, he just had a small batch water jetted and stuff by Alabama Damascus. And that happened because you kind of introduced me to them, and then I introduced him to them, and so
that was the first steel I used was Alabama Damascus.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, man. I've talked about this before in a live stream, but I really didn't have a whole lot of passion for Damascus. And then when I went down there really is something to be said for watching those old guys make it. First of all,
oh shit, that was Nipple getting Nipple on Shane's channel. Oh,
but it was really cool watching those guys make the steel, and then hearing his spiel on what it was made for, and then watching him. He just went and picked up a random blank from within the shop. It didn't have a handle on it, but it was the bevel had been ground, and stood there, hammering it through not one but several 16-penny nails right in front of me, and then handed it to me. And there wasn't even a scratch in the acid etching.
Dude, and there's some makers that I still get into arguments with every once in a while because they'll like randomly shit on somebody's post that says something about Alabama Damascus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I know they don't use the best of everything.
Right.
I know that. But guess what?
But I know a lot
of. Have you ever used the steel though? Because I've used it and I own knives in it that I didn't even make. And they're all fucking tits, dude.
Yeah.
Like I can't fuck them up.
I know a handful of makers that'll tell you that they'll make a knife in any steel, but if they're making a knife for somebody they know or care about, they make it in 15 and 20.
Right.
And that's the basis for Alabama Damascus, 15 and 20. So,
yeah.
Is it going to hold an edge like K390? No, but it's not supposed to.
Nope.
That's a different
exactly.
That's a different purpose. Guys, I love my K390. I love my Rex 45. Would I want to be stuck in the woods with just that knife though, and no way to sharpen it? Fuck no, I wouldn't.
No, I'd rather have like 5160 spring steel.
Right. I'd much rather have something. Now the odds of me being in that situation are very slim. I get it.
Right.
But it's a different steel made for a different purpose. And I can appreciate that. I'm leaning towards having some fixed blades made in 15 and 20, just so that now that I've seen what it costs to make just a basic fixed blade, and the fact that there's no money in it, if maybe I'll have a few made that I can keep a price down and maybe make a $20 bill off of.
Yeah.
But and the more testing I'm seeing with it, the more I am impressed with it. Like I said, it's not going to be a piece of Magna Cut you get from Brian. I get that. Right. But I already own stuff like that. So
exactly.
I don't have to have everything that way.
No, and they all got their place too,
Right. Yeah. Yep. And there's already
Brian. I think you would find yourself you'd last slightly longer than you think, but you would probably die. There's no Chipotle in the forest.
no, yeah, and they ain't gonna DoorDash your Chipotle run.
Oh fuck! I admittedly,
That
I
is a very
wouldn't
good
last
point,
more than
though.
a couple months, probably.
If you're gonna die anyway, they might as well find your corpse with a really cool knife in your pocket.
It's true.
That is a good point.
At least they'll thank your dead body when they find the knife.
Yeah. What Javon's MC is making a what? A good knife.
Good knife? Is that a good knife?
I'm sure he is. I
don't know shit about it.
It's a.
I mean, I saw it, but I don't know shit about it.
It's a Kunwu. You know, it is what it is.
B Shady, Jake Creates, yeah, that dude makes nice stuff.
Yeah, who does?
Jake Creates.
Is he the guy that makes the chickadee?
Yeah.
I can't talk about him. Sorry, Javon. Javon promoted that motherfucker enough that nobody ever needs to talk about Jake Creates again.
He's a nice cat, though. I've talked to him a couple times.
Oh, I'm sure he is. And it's a nice knife. It really is.
Yeah.
It kind of became a meme on Javon's channel, though. We're constantly asking him to talk about the chickadee. And he just picks it up and starts talking about it. He's got to know we're fucking with him. But he does it anyway. How big is the chickadee, Stevie? It's about that big. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, when I found out how much that kid was charging for the chickadee, I was like, fuck, dude, I got to triple my prices.
Yeah. He's getting a lot for it, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm making like full-size fixed blades for what he's making that.
Yeah. But hey, man, if people want it and are willing to pay it, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, I never knock the hustle, bro.
Yeah.
There's no jelly over here. I'm not jelly. I'm just like, goddamn, I need to like up my game.
Paul, I doubt he was kidding, because
I know. What? Sorry.
I was talking Paul's comment here. He says, I bought the Tri-Stash thinking I was going to get it soon. He said 6 months and he's live. I'm hoping he was joking. I don't think he was joking.
No, he was not joking.
And I'm a little confused. I don't want to talk shit about this because I don't talk shit about stuff I don't have the facts on. But I heard him say something about they were trying to get a patent on the lock mechanism.
What?
If he means that this Chinese company is trying to get a patent on a lock that somebody else did first,
right?
That sounds.
There's been several people that have done that.
But think about this too, though. Think about the irony of a Chinese company getting a patent.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody else though.
They don't respect anybody else's patents. Why would they get a patent? You know, how in the world could they possibly say you can't make this by law when they're constantly and have always made things that were under a patent?
Yeah,
but I don't know that. I just heard him talking about them trying to get a patent might make it take a little longer. I don't know.
Huh? No, yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of that whole pre-order deal, dude. You know, he's in line behind every other.
Yeah, I mean that's just manufacturing times, man. Like,
yeah, and when you've got every YouTuber out there having an eye, people have to wait in line.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You know, that's just the way it is. You know, I think at this point it would almost be harder to pick out YouTubers who don't have a design.
I don't know how many are out there. Like, so you know me, I don't buy knives. I don't collect like production knives. So I don't really fucking know, man. I only know about what I find out through my homies on here.
Yeah, and this is not new. You know, those guys over at it's the little group that Metal Complex and Advanced Knife Pro. I can't remember what they call their little podcast. The Knife Nuts podcast, maybe.
Yeah, I think
they've been doing that.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they've been doing that for years. You know, but yeah, that's why Billy put out that video showing that it can be done. You know, you can have all the parts made here, and no, it's not out of the price range for making a now. Are you going to be able to make $300 a knife off of it? Probably not. But if you're willing to put in a little bit of work of putting it together and fine tuning and things like that, I've heard a lot of guys say, Donnie, and I don't want you to give any trade secrets, but I've heard a lot of people talk about, well, even if I could have all the parts made, I wouldn't have a clue how to set lock bar tension.
Yeah, that's something you got to either figure out by trial and error or learn from somebody.
Right. I mean, I literally watched a guy do it that has this little wooden jig made. That's my phone. I'm sorry. And he puts
I was like, is that my shit? Or?
He'll put the that side scale into the jig. It's got a little, he bolts it down, and then he bends the lock bar down until it bottoms out on the wood. And I can't remember if he heats it or not, but anyway, he bends it till it touches that wood and holds it there. And when he lets it go, it's pretty much where he wants it. He knows how far to push it down to create. I'm not saying it's just that easy. I'm just saying that guy figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that would help you figure it out.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, for general speaking,
you figured it out.
People are cool. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You had to figure it out.
I did it one way for a long time, and then I learned something different from somebody else, and I'm doing it that way now.
Are you doing your relief cuts inside or on the outside? I can't remember. Is your relief cut visible, or is it hidden?
Yeah, it's on the outside.
It's on the outside.
Well, yeah, because I just haven't experimented with it on the inside because it kind of changes the geometry of how it bends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I just haven't played with it.
Well, I only brought it up because I've heard a handful of people talk about it's kind of like using T6 screws. Everybody should stop it. I don't have an opinion on it because I'm not. This is not popular at all, but I'm not a fan of titanium frame locks.
You're not a fan of what?
Titanium frame locks.
Okay.
It's just not my thing.
Sure.
And that's fine, but so it doesn't matter to me whether the relief cut's on the inside or outside. But I've heard a lot of people saying that makers should just stop doing them on the outside altogether because the inside looks better.
Sure, aesthetically.
And I guess I get that, but I don't know.
But it changes the way it acts.
It does?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I mean, it's clear that it's possible. I mean, people.
No, yeah, I mean, it works. It's just a different thing.
Right. I don't remember where I was at here a while back, but somebody was doing like a things knife makers, should quit doing forever. So T6 was one of them, tip down was one of them. And then somebody brought up the exposed lock bar cutout, and I don't have an opinion on it. I don't know how hard.
Like what Brian said right there, it's the geometry of it. It's the way it bends from from the fulcrum point. You know what I mean? Like,
well, let's put that up there then, because I'm going to take his word for it. Because I pretty much take Brian's. If I find that one day,
like you can do it and it works, but it's a different. It's just not the same thing, man. It acts different and has different properties.
Right. If I find out one day that Brian Kim is full of shit about everything,
Brian's definitely full of shit, but not about everything.
I'm gonna have to walk away from knife making, knife collecting, knife owning, because I've put way too much faith into Brian not being full of shit. So I'm gonna go with what he's saying right there.
Kyle, I need some Bama. What does that mean? Bama closed caption? The fuck that mean?
Who said that?
I don't know. He's the one saying some shit.
Who?
Oh, Kyle Cunnell.
Oh.
Cunnell.
He's probably saying you're having a hard time understanding my redneck speech.
No, he said I need it.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's saying that you're having a hard time understanding me. I think we communicate.
Oh, I need it. No. Yeah. No, my computer's just quiet, dude. I'm on a laptop and it's not loud.
Oh, I got you.
And you are like, Southern and inbred as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm from Nebraska, man. We think everyone has accents except for us.
You have an accent.
But we don't think that here.
Right. Well, in the South, we don't think we have Southern accents either.
But you know about it.
Yeah, we know about it.
There's not joke videos on YouTube about Nebraskan accents. There's only joke on YouTube about Arkansas and Alabama and Texas.
Yeah. Our current spokesperson, Miss Haley Welch, is a fine example.
Yeah.
You know, she has exposed the entire world to a Southern accent since she became famous over the whole Hot Tour video.
Oh, that broad.
But I will admit, her accent is even a little heavy from what I'm used to.
Right.
I notice her accent. It's
Sure.
heavy. She's definitely got a thick Southern accent.
I follow some like outdoorsy broad that shouldn't say broad, I guess these days, eh? Lady.
Do what?
I follow some outdoorsy lady.
Oh, do you?
Can't remember her fucking name off the top of my head now because I'm stoned, but she got a thick ass accent. Motherfuckers are always talking. She does a bunch of noodling, like she's known for like noodling, and she's
Oh,
like,
Hannah Barron.
Yeah, that broad.
Yeah,
She's cool.
Yeah, she
But,
just
yeah, she sounds southern as a motherfucker, dude.
and
Yeah.
she's legit, dude. She ain't
She's like,
fucking
I'm like, oh, fuck.
appreciate y'all at the end of every video. She's awesome. Dude.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. I wish she would.
Her and her dad are always doing some gnarly ass shit.
Yeah, I do wish she would lay off the gym. I do wish she would lay off the gym just a little bit, dude. Her thighs have gotten so thick.
Dude, her thighs are sexy thick, dude.
I get it. I get it. But, dude, her thighs stick out past her hips now.
Yeah, that's all right, though. That just means she's going to break your dick off, dude.
I know. And I know Kyle. Kyle loves it.
Hannah, if you ever see this, my bad. No disrespect. But you're a bad bitch.
Yes, she is. She lives about 4 hours south of me.
Oh, no shit? We'll tell her I said what up.
Oh, you can't get within a mile of that bitch now, I'm sure.
Well, fuck no, she'd shoot me.
Yeah.
Or her cousin would shoot me, or her brother would shoot me, or daddy would shoot me.
Or daddy would probably definitely shoot you. Yeah.
Probably cook me up too. They probably just eat me. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I discovered Hannah when she was 19, 20 years old. She was very young.
I bet.
But I think the world got exposed to her through Theo Vaughn. Theo discovered her. I think they actually even went on a date or two.
Kyle, we call them dead girls. You know, they got drug problems, daddy problems. They don't eat.
No self-esteem.
You know, they're about 5 foot tall. Yeah, that's our type.
Yeah. Yeah. Typically very self-conscious about their breast size.
You know why? Because they're fun in the time it counts.
Right.
The rest of the time is fucking hell, but it's worth it.
Yeah, and you always got to get up. And it never fails. You got to get up and go jump off their Pontiac Sunfire the driveway so they can leave in the morning.
That's right.
I bet you knew that battery was dead when you pulled up here.
Oh, shit. B&A, what up, dude?
You know that's how I start something out right off the bat is I look for what kind of car they drive.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Is she in a Lexus? I don't even waste my time talking to her, dude. Is she driving a Pontiac Sunfire? Especially if one door is a different color.
Hell yes.
Dude, I'm in, dude.
Yup.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah. Love me a crazy girl.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I used to. I don't be fucking around with bitches no more. I'm just like hanging out by myself.
You discovered her when she was 17, sicko. I didn't say 17, Juwan. I said she was 19 or 20. And I just discovered her online. I didn't date her.
That's projection.
Shane, is Javon your type? 5 foot, 87 pounds with no car.
He does have like longer hair, doesn't
he? He does. Oh.
He's such a nice gentleman, and I don't know him well enough to make fun of him. So
yeah, I ain't saying I'd turn him down, but it'd be face down.
God damn. Woo! I mean, in a jail cell, he wouldn't have no choice. You're twice his size.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it's a small jail cell, all you have to do is run in circles. It wears me out. Yeah.
Nice.
They put us in a 6x6. He's at it.
5-door, sure, but it's got to be beat down and have like a donut on it, maybe.
Yeah. One of the what was the ones that were super popular with the girls? The real sporty look, was it the IS
250 or some shit? I don't fucking know.
They're all falling apart now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that or a beat up Altima.
Dude,
love me a beat up Altima.
Fix and drive Altimas, man, dude. Especially like the mid to late '90s Altima.
Got a got missing. The front bumper's zip tied on one side. You know, some other dude just did that for you yesterday.
Yeah, it's goddamn right they did. Yeah, you ain't the only one. You are not special in this situation.
Dude, have you seen that meme thing about the Altimas?
Maybe.
It's this guy he's got this theory that all Nissans are Altimas.
All right.
He'll show a Nissan Titan. He said, "This is the Nissan Haltima."
Nice.
He changes all the names to Altima. It's hilarious, dude.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. What are all these?
Dude, it's bad when I'm alive with you. I don't pay attention to the comments at all because you
I'm bored at it too. But all I see is a bunch of what are they blowing smoke? Is that what those are?
Probably. Oh, I don't know.
Seeing the same emoji a lot. I don't know what it means.
It looks like smoke. Oh yeah, they're talking about smoke. 41% infused pre-rolls. Be shady. That sounds banging up. God damn.
Yeah, that's a little rough for Alabama. we ain't used to that good shit down here.
Oh shit. That's special shit though. Like I don't think you have to infuse weed. Like we don't get past like 35, I don't think.
Really?
It might now, but I don't think so. You gotta add more weed to it, like oil or wax or whatever the fuck. Concentrate. Distillate. Fuck whatever.
Yeah, Southern boys got no business smoking with them guys from the PNW.
I will publicly talk shit right now. And Snuzz, if you're watching, bro, any day you're ready to actually sit down and smoke off, bro, I'm good to go, bro.
Well, I'll tell you this: if he's anything,
y'all need to come to Omaha if you want to smoke.
If he's anything like he was at Blade Show, dude, he was asleep more than he was awake.
I mean, he was moving, but I don't know if that counts, you know?
Yeah, we changed his nickname to Snooze News.
Snooze News.
Every time we looked at him, he was in the corner somewhere.
They were eating some crazy edibles, though.
Yeah.
That should put you down.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are dope.
Snooze and Donnie Bliss.
What's that?
I don't want to participate in that, but I'd like to be present for it.
For what?
You and Snuzz having a
smoke off? Yeah, I'll smoke off with anybody.
Yeah.
Except for fucking Willie Nelson. I'll out smoke Snoop Dogg. I've heard that dude talk about weed. I'll out smoke Snoop. But Willie Nelson, can't fuck with Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Well, he's the man.
Motherfucker can roll a joint with one hand. He's just like spits on it. And you're like, ah. You ever seen him do that? Yeah, dude. He's got the paper, put some weed on it, and he's like,
yeah. It rolls with his
tongue. It just rolls it up, man. Like, motherfucker's crazy.
Wow. No, I've never seen that.
See, Willie Nelson outsmoked Snoop. Of course he did.
I've only smoked with one famous person. That was Ralphie May.
Yeah.
You remember Ralphie May, the big fat comedian?
Yeah. You smoked with him?
In Birmingham.
Dude, that is fucking epic, bro.
And the thing was, I didn't even smoke at the time. But we went to see him.
I got high with the Cottonmouth Kings, but those are not famous people.
Right. But we heard that he was, he wasn't one of those types that gets pissed if you wait at the bus. He liked interacting. So we hung out and waited. And sure enough, man, he came out of the Stardome in Birmingham, walked out to his bus, and I was standing there, and he just pulled a blunt out of his pocket and lit it. And we're standing there talking. And, he hits it a couple times and points it at me. And in a split second, I was thinking, I almost said, no, man, I don't smoke. And then I realized when Ralphie May hands you a blunt, you fucking smoke.
Fuck, yes, you do. Shane, that is so fucking epic, dude. That is cool as fuck. Yeah. That's fucking sweet.
Ralphie May was my hero. I used to be a lot fatter than I am now. So he was he was a fat man's hero for sure. Yeah, I hated that it finally killed him, but it is what it is.
Be shady. Send me some of that. Fuck.
51% was the highest I've seen. Jesus Christ, man.
That would get your Jesus Christ high.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you remember that's who Ralphie said if he could smoke weed with one famous person, that's who it would be.
Yeah.
He's like, think about it, dude. He was a carpenter. He wore sandals. So you know that dude smoked weed.
Yeah, long hair, probably an earring.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not one of them people that wouldn't argue that. I think people have been using weed for medicinal purposes since the beginning of time, so I don't doubt it.
Fuck yeah, man. Look at the Native Americans, man.
Shane, why am I hearing you stirring up shit with the new knife designers? Well, seems logical. I'm not stirring up shit with new knife designers. I'm stirring up shit with people who are marketing products for a communist country. Because that
Seems
is
logical. Jesus, I love that dude. He owns a restaurant here, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Does he make some good quesadillas?
Fuck yeah, dude. This dude is the best Mexican food I've ever had in my whole life because this motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah. But to go back to that same talk, I'm not starting shit. I'm just stating a fact. And if they can handle that fact and move on, then I will too.
He's maliciously stating facts, but he's not starting shit.
Right. But if you'll notice, I'll say my piece and move on. You know, if you try to make up excuses and defend it, then we'll keep talking about it. But
Shady, goddammit, you shut up about that good stuff.
huh?
Now that I'm talking shit to Shady, sorry.
Oh. ATF mixed with blue sour D dabs, 91.2%.
That sounds lovely.
That sounds like being comatose for 3 days.
Shit, that sounds like I'm about to do like a 9-hour tattoo.
Wow.
Later, 5-door. Appreciate you.
Mimo said my girlfriend used to smoke after we made love, so we started using lubricant. Oh, dude, I'm glad he said that. That reminds me something. I just watched something on.
Don't you pull out that microphone again.
No, I'm not. I just watched something on Netflix, I think it was. And this chick was interviewing these two, pretty sure they were lesbian chicks, that have this company in California that make weed lube.
Weed lube.
Yeah. And they say that.
Like automatic sap lubrication? Like what's going on here?
No, it's sex lube that has THC in it. But they say that it doesn't give you a head high, it just gets your vagina high.
What?
Yeah. But they were talking about how it's scientifically proven that it increases blood flow down there.
Sure. All right.
They were talking about like they highly recommend putting a towel under your butt because it increases the amount of lubrication that you naturally produce, and yeah.
All right.
And you don't have to go to the store and buy it; they'll deliver it to your house. And if you've never used it, they'll sit down with you and teach you all about it. So apparently, chicks in California are getting their vaginas high.
I'm just saying, I never had to buy that shit because apparently I get my ladies going. So.
Right. Yeah, and if they don't, you can always.
And I don't fuck with the back door, so.
Right. Yeah,
I am way too prissy for
that. You're way too pinky finger for back door.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't know if it gets cottonmouth, Michael Morgan. They didn't go over that part.
Only if you eat it.
Yeah. I never smoked when I tattooed. Early on in my career, I had a customer walk out on me because of the smell. I lost $400 on that. Tattooed sober from then on.
We openly talked about weed in my shop, and it was illegal as fuck here. We did not give a fuck. We are a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
We get high.
Yeah. About half of our crew did. And probably the most talented guy in our shop, I would not sit down in that chair unless he was high.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. No, hell no. I wouldn't get tattooed by anyone I've got tattooed by not high.
He had such bad anxiety that I wouldn't allow him to touch me with a machine if he wasn't stoned out of his mind. It's the only time he.
Demon Dog, that's nothing against you. We were just fucking, we were just blunt and straight up about it. You know what I mean? Like we did not. We started as a biker shop back in the 80s, and then a bunch of us degenerate younger kids started working there, and then it was just, you know.
Yeah,
tattoo shop. It was a fucking tattoo shop.
I couldn't imagine.
And a street shop at that.
I couldn't imagine doing a tattoo high.
I mean, oh, dude, it's the
I'd
only
be a
way I
good
can. Dude, I would go. My customers would show up and they'd be like, "Here's some weed. See you in an hour, and I'll be ready."
Right. I'd be a nervous wreck, dude. I get way too paranoid.
No, I got to, man. Otherwise, I'm like fucking bugging while I'm doing it. I can do it straight. It's just like fucking. It stresses me. Dude, tattooing is so stressful to me.
Yeah.
Dude, I worry so fucking much about fucking somebody up that like, dude. And I mean, I get high all the time
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm
So
such a
I'm gonna
lightweight.
get high to do it, but dude, I can't imagine like having to do it sober on purpose. Like, that's
I'm such a lightweight though, Donnie, that I would have a hard time remembering what I was doing and how I should be doing it. And
oh man, I could tattoo on a lot of stuff. I can tattoo drunk as fuck too.
yeah, I never tried.
Still pulling clean lines too.
Yeah, I would not, Kyle. I didn't even know what. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
losing cash. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was talking to Demonoc. Yeah, dude, losing cash for sure, man. If you needed the money, I'm not saying we haven't had people walk out, because they noticed smell or whatever.
We've had people walk out.
We were degenerate bastards,
Yeah,
and we were going to make that $300 the next hour anyway. So for us, where we were at, like that kind of shit didn't matter to us. You know what I mean? So it's definitely situational. I understand that for sure, dude. I've done some shit I didn't want to do because I needed money. That's for sure, as far as tattooing goes. But
we had people walk out for smell, but it wasn't for the smell of weed. It was the smell of one of our artists. We talked about that last week.
Yeah. We had a dude like that. It was before I started working there, but and we still talk about him.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't ever forget a dude like that. And he was also very talented. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
How many artists we had that were way better than me and made a quarter of the money that I did because they sucked at life. They just couldn't keep their shit together long enough to make money and would bitch about it. And I'd be like, well, dude, if you weren't passed out in your car with a fentanyl lollipop in your mouth, you could have worked. You could have made some money.
My owner, and that dude was a gnarly old biker, degenerate, drug doing motherfucker. But the rule was always, as long as you maintain, as long as it doesn't affect your work, your presence, your interaction. He did not give a fuck what you did.
Right.
But the second it fucking interacted, you didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Because Ira was a scary. I'll tell you some stories about Ira off camera later, or like next time we talk on the phone. But like that dude is a gnarly bastard.
I mean, they're pretty heavily regulated here too. The problem is, if they do like surprise inspections, I don't know about them. When they're coming, and everybody else in the shop was very sterile.
Yeah, but I mean, they've been regulated for the last 20 years, man. Like,
yeah,
we weren't smoking weed in the shop. We just stunk like fucking weed.
Right. It's just like anywhere else, dude. I've walked into hospital rooms, that a loved one of mine's been in for 3 days that hasn't had surgery or anything, and there's dried blood on the floor. It's not theirs.
Yeah, not at a tattoo shop.
Right. I mean, it's not even their blood. So it all depends on how motivated you are to keep it that. And we kept it that way, all but that one room. I wasn't going to go back there and clean up after him.
Right.
But our owner was even allergic to bleach. So he would come in 2 hours late because the first thing we had to do when we got there was bleach the entire floor. And he couldn't be there. So he had to come in 2 hours late till the bleach smell aired out. When
I use bleach, even if I wear a mask, cigarettes taste fucked up to me for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
It fucks me up.
Yeah.
Be shady, I kind of agree, but you should still be able to smoke cigarettes and weed in shops.
Yeah.
When I grew up at a shop, it was smoke haze and it was glory. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy that taught me was a 1%er. Marine with a short man complex. Super cool, but I didn't fuck with his money. I got you there.
Yeah, you can't fuck with his money. No. I've met dudes like that in our industry for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and it don't take you very long to figure out that most tattoo shops, there are firearms in there too, because criminals are very well aware that it's a cash business.
Well, yeah.
You could go in there at midnight, you could hit $2 or $3 grand easy.
up until like the last 10 or 15 years, I don't really know if I've ever met a tattoo artist that wasn't a criminal in some fashion.
Yeah.
But now it's all foo-foo and retarded. So,
but girls are a big deal now. You can make more money as a female than you can as a male, especially if you're attractive.
but that's
Have you seen that chick on Instagram?
That's any industry ever, though.
Right. Have you seen that chick on Instagram that posts all those pictures of her doing and she lays on you while she's doing them?
That's just that's called being a whore.
Right. In her lingerie. Like
being a whore.
Right. She just drapes herself onto you while she's doing the tattoos.
That disgusts me, and that's disrespectful to tattooing.
I'd pay twice.
I know you would, Shane. But it's a disrespect to the goddamn craft.
I don't care. She does good work too. Well, she should do good work. She's right there at it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I grew up, so there was only one broad that ever worked out at our shop. Our shop's been open for since 87 now. Only one broad ever worked out there. Her name was Dawn. She owns a shop down in New Mexico now. And she worked there in the mid-90s.
That's me, Kyle.
Baddest bitch I've ever met in my life. That bitch will fucking fight you and me at the same time and win. And she's little.
Yeah. I am one of those simps, Kyle. Call it sad if you want to. It is what it is. Brand new American snail trail and a tat.
Damn, dang, Ross. Where was your pistol at? Oh, wait, you're in California. You probably don't have one. Yeah. Or it's got like a four round magazine.
Yeah. Have you heard about me getting robbed at gunpoint in Atlanta?
No, I got robbed at gunpoint when I was a kid here.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta. No, I didn't have any cash, so it probably doesn't mean anything, but I had about $7 million in checks on me.
Damn, all they got was like cigarettes and like $30 from me.
Yeah. If he had taken that, it still would have cost us thousands to get it all replaced.
Well, yeah.
But that's not what he came in there for. I stopped at this little mom and pop's wing joint in Redwood, the Redwood area of Atlanta, which is like where Cam Newton came from. It is the hood of Atlanta.
Sure.
I didn't know that. And I stopped in to check out these wings, and I look out the window and I see this Nissan Altima flying across the parking lot, dude. It gets right in the building and skids to a stop right at the front door. This young kid jumps out with it was black and red, like Atlanta Falcons jogging pants and a hoodie. Comes in the store, pulls his pistol, and says, "I'm taking all y'all's food," and just takes all the food off the counter and leaves.
I mean, that's kind of respectable.
It is, and everybody, because I had several people ask me, like, "Were you not armed?"
Okay.
I was like, "Yeah, I was armed." I was like, "I had my hand on my pistol," and I was like, "Well, why didn't you shoot him?" I'm like, I ain't about to kill an 18-year-old kid
over food.
Yeah, over some hot wings and a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
The fuck is wrong with the person that asked you that?
There's more than one.
Hey, man, if I see someone stealing food, no, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah,
go fuck yourself. Now, I'm not saying the dude should be robbing motherfuckers at gunpoint, but if the motherfucker needs food and he's robbing you at gunpoint for food, who gives a fuck? Give him some goddamn wings.
Did you see the comment?
No. No shit. Nice.
First thing I did was call Stevie. I was like, dude, you gonna believe what just happened to me? Well, yeah, he never pointed it at me. He never pointed it at her either.
See?
And he knew what he was doing. This was during
societally, maybe not the coolest, but the motherfucker clearly needed some food.
Yeah. No, I don't think he needed food.
Well, I'll tell you what
I think. Because his girlfriend was driving the car, and I could tell by the look on her face, she'd been on this poor little motherfucker for the past hour and a half, talking about, "You broke motherfucker, I'm hungry, you need to feed me." So
that's right.
He had to make it happen.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. He needed the food, but it's still food.
Yeah.
If nobody got hurt, whatever.
It wasn't worth killing nobody over, that's for sure.
Dude, all the times I've been involved with guns in a not great situation in my life, it was no situation that anybody was actually willing to kill for, man. It was just a fucking scare tactic.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying I wasn't like worried. I'm not that tough, bro. Like, definitely worried because some dudes like got a gun out and being weird about it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. In my experience, and I've had some fucking fucked up shit happen to me. Most of the time, ain't nobody actually really want to shoot you, man.
Right.
They want to do whatever they're doing and be right about it, but they really don't want to shoot you.
Right. And I thoroughly believe that.
I'm not saying like that's
my brother's had a pistol put in his face 6 times in his life. He's still alive. You know, nobody wanted to kill him.
No, man. I mean,
well, actually, once it wasn't in his face.
Because if they did, you wouldn't have ever heard about it or thought about it. Right. They would have done this shit.
Right. He runs a farm in Georgia. There's this little convenience store down the street. It's owned by some Indian people. They're super nice. And Kevin sees them 5 times a day. So naturally, he's built a relationship with them.
For sure.
And he walked in. The last time he had a gun, it wasn't necessarily pulled on him. He walked in, and a guy was robbing the store with a gun, pointing it at his little Indian buddy behind the counter. And my brother just walked in and took it from him, hit him across the face with it, knocked him out cold, waited till the cops showed up. But the other times...
Your brother?
Yeah. My brother's...
Wait, the one I've heard about?
He's just one of them people, dude. He don't have no fear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know what you're talking about. So, yeah, that makes sense. Then that tracks.
Yeah. The other times they were, threatening to kill him, but...
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily blame them. If he was in one of his rages, he probably deserved to have the gun pulled on him, in all honesty.
From what you've told me, yeah. But also, even if I was to do with the gun, if I knew who your brother was, I'd be scared of your brother.
Yeah.
Even if I had
I'm not gonna lie. I've been in that situation with him, and I'm not scared of many people. But I'd already made up my mind. My plan was I was standing by my boat, and I had a fiberglass boat paddle. If you've ever handled a fiberglass boat paddle, they're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And I'd already made up my mind as if he gets one step closer, I'm going to hit him in the face as hard as I can with his paddle, and then I'm going to run, and then I'm going to run until I can't. And then when I can't run anymore, I'm going to ball up in the fetal position and hope I survive what I have coming.
Yeah.
That was the only plan I had. I mean, there was no plan of I'm going to stand here and fight him. And no.
Right.
All I could do was hope I knocked him out. I didn't hope he was tired enough when he got to me that it wasn't.
Hell yeah.
But he's got, I mean, he loves me. He just has, he has some issues.
I feel him, I don't got family like that, but I got a couple friends like that I actually fear. If they were ever mad at me, I would fear them.
Yeah, we got a little family debacle going on now because nobody in the family's speaking to him because he's not near as bad now that he quit drinking, but he still has his moments, man. It just, sure. I don't get it. I don't know why. And the moment he pulls up, you can see it in his face. It's coming.
Yeah, that's siblings, man. You know how they're feeling.
Yeah, he's ruined a couple of holidays for us for sure. We have to have 2 Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
My favorite one, though, was when he ruined his in-laws' Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
His refrigerator went out, and he's one of those guys. He's very protective over his wife. He will kill you over
as he should be.
Right. And he told her father and brother own an appliance store. He said, go down to your dad's, pick out a refrigerator, and I'll be there on Saturday to pay for it. She said, okay. So she went and picked out a refrigerator. Her dad put her name on it. And she left 2 days. It had to sit there 2 days where Kevin could come pay for it and pick it up. Kevin comes home on Friday, and his wife's crying. He's like, what's the matter? She's like, my brother sold my refrigerator.
Damn.
And he's like, did he know? She's like, yeah, he knew. He took the note off of it and sold it to somebody else.
Because it was his brother and he didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Kevin didn't say a word until Thanksgiving, dude. They're all sitting at the Thanksgiving table. And they get through saying the blessing. Kevin lets him know what he thinks about him disrespecting his sister wife. And Kevin's. Yeah. By the time it was over, Kevin sat there and ate Thanksgiving at the table by himself. They left their house. Yeah, they left all the people that were at her parents' house. So all the nuclear family that came together for Thanksgiving left, and Kevin sat there and ate Thanksgiving by himself.
Jesus.
My buddy Meathead, he's only met Kevin 10, 12 times, but that's where my shop is.
Mm.
Well, he happens to sell a lot of lumber to my brother's wife's family. So every time that dude comes in, Meathead lays into him about, that Kevin's going to stomp his ass next time he sees him.
Nice. What up, Matt?
Is that Eminem Knives?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that name, Eminem Knives. What does MNM stand for?
I don't even know.
Well, he can tell me in the chat.
That's right, Big Shady.
What, drink water?
No, he's just talking about some lyrics. I play the music, but I ain't trying to get Shane copyright infringed here.
I wonder if you're not monetized. YouTube's just not very clear about that. If you're not concerned with monetization, can you just play the music anyway?
I have no idea, man. I don't know shit about it.
I'd like to find out, because if I'm not interested in monetization, then
I feel like in today's society, like not being able to play some shit in the background on your YouTube channel is like some fascist bullshit anyway.
But I still see people do it for like 3 seconds and then turn it off. I don't.
Right.
That's the thing about YouTube's. They're not clear enough on the rules for you to actually be able to follow them. They make it that way so that they can just use them against you whenever they choose.
I was on Doom's fucking live earlier in the summer or spring, and he talked about some band, so I'm over here on like Spotify on my iPad, and I was like, I'll pull up the song, listen to it, and I was playing with it, and like everybody else on live started yelling at me and shit, and I'm like, whoa, man, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, I got a channel strike for the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" song, that hillbilly song.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
God damn, that is a good
Man
movie.
of Constant Sorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. Grateful Panic made this little. He used to do that a lot. He used to make these little video clips of knife YouTubers making fun of them, and he made one of me, and it had Man of Constant Sorrow in it. So I pulled it up on my phone and held it up and played it, and I got a channel strike.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I love that movie. God damn.
Yeah.
How's John doing?
I hadn't talked to John in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I know they were in the middle of a move.
Oh, word.
Yeah, they moved from a 3-bedroom to a 2-bedroom. And I think I heard from Vince. I think Vince passed out, because he had to do something. But apparently Vince passed out during the move. And
word.
I'm
well,
sure,
if you talk to him, tell that dude I said what up.
I will. In all honesty, I kind of avoided John because I know that he ended up having to do all that by himself.
Mm.
So I knew he was probably in a pretty foul mood, so I just kind of left him be.
Yeah, let him stew a bit.
Yeah. I didn't want to hear all that.
For sure.
Oh, man. Yeah, you don't remember The Knives and Lucy, though?
I've seen that movie like 9 times. I still don't know what you're talking about.
She has 2 of them in her back when she goes to the...
I mean, like, I can see that scene in my mind, but I cannot see the knives.
It's when she goes to and kills all the North Korean gangsters that put the drugs in her belly.
Yeah.
The lead gangster sitting there in his chair, and she jumps and stabs both of his hands into the arm of the chair. I looked it up. It's a Bastinelli something.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what they were, but they were made by Bastinelli. But they were. It was a cool knife, but it's really only. They're really only kind of good for tactical or fighting purposes. They wouldn't be good for anything else. But I love when I can find out what they are. Because there's so many movies that you can find out. And I got lucky. I typed that one in, and they're like $58. They're not even.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it's a Bastinelli something.
I did a fixed blade for somebody a while back, loosely based on a Bastinelli knife.
I don't even know if I remember how to spell Bastinelli.
It was the only hollow ground blade I've ever done. Yeah.
Anyway, it was a cool name. It was I don't remember. Yeah, I like trying to figure that out. Like that series on Amazon, that Reacher.
I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not.
Is it fun action movie
Yeah.
style?
Yeah, the
All
acting is a little bit.
Well, I expect that to not to be the best, but
Yeah, it's a little television. It's not major motion picture type stuff, but he carried a Benchmade grip tee and that, and he would every time they showed him, it was hard to catch it because he would flick it so fast,
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've seen more Spydercos in film than anything though.
I bought a mini grip for an ex-girlfriend, and I bought my little sister 2 of them.
Yeah. Did you get the one with the hole in the blade?
Well, yeah. I think all of them had a hole in the blade.
Yeah. Though they make a drop point that don't, and I don't get the point. It's just.
Yeah, but I think all the ones I bought had the hole. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever been interested in.
Then I bought, because this was before I knew shit about shit, before I even started building, and I carried Benchmades. Yeah. I also bought my little brother a full-size Griptilian, but it had the Doug Ritter blade.
Yeah.
And then it had some aftermarket, like, I think it was AWT scales or some shit. They're like,
I love my AWT stuff.
Man. Yeah, they were like contoured bright orange G10, so they're pretty sweet.
Empty's right, though. If you haven't seen Terminal List is better.
Terminal List.
But it was written by Jack Carr, so it was just better writing to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah, Terminal List is the better of the 2 series.
Mm.
But the only knives I think you see in there, I think the knife and the hatchets are all Empty. You might have to help me. He was at Blade Show. God, Winklers. Yeah, yeah. And that show, Terminal List, Chris Pratt has 2 Winkler tomahawks on his back. That's actually what he kills. He actually kills Donald Cerrone with a Winkler hatchet.
Nice.
In that show. Yeah, because I was excited that Donald Cerrone was going to be in it, but dude, he was like guarding the door, got in a 3-second fight, and got his head split with a Winkler hatchet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever look up Scorpion 6 knives, Shane? It's Scorpion 6.
There it is, right there. Meathead must have looked it up.
We
were just talking about you, Meathead. Talking about you fucking with Megan's brother about Kevin going to whoop him. I don't know if you were in here for that. Dude, that's my partner in crime right there, dude.
Oh, Meathead?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? One of my closest.
All the trouble I've ever been in was with Meathead.
One of my close friends, his name's Meatloaf.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a man of many nicknames. We used to call him Buddha.
Yeah.
Because he was bald. He's actually the one that shaved my head the first time. And then he had a piece of steel, a 600-pound piece of steel fall from the ceiling and hit him right in the top of the head.
The fuck?
He's lucky it didn't kill him.
Yeah.
But he had this huge strip of bacon on top of his head. This scab looked like a big piece of bacon. And he reached up one day and peeled it off and tossed it in the trash can. And a buddy of ours, Darian, looked at him and just said, meathead. And he's been
meathead. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I heard the Kevin story. I still mess with Johnny about that shit. I'd have loved to have been there. It's funny when it's not directed at you. Well, Meathead was there the night that it was directed at me. And he left, and I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him at all.
Yeah.
Because together we couldn't have whooped him. So I'd rather Meathead just went home and me had to take it by myself.
Right.
Yeah. All because I couldn't come pull a trailer for him because I was in my wife's Camry instead of the Tahoe. But yeah, homie. Did you turn that mic off all you want? We can still see you choking.
I was trying not to be loud. If you ain't choking, you ain't smoking. Woo!
You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You're right, Meathead.
Goddamn right.
I'd already accepted my ass whooping. There wasn't no sense in anybody else being involved. Not that I deserved it at all.
Sometimes you get beat up. It's fine.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
You live through it.
He's one of the only human beings I've ever grabbed hold of and felt like I was creating no resistance. You ever grabbed hold of a man that just made you feel like a child? Like you can't budge. you can't even budge them, not even a little bit. Like it's
Yeah.
just like they're
Like you feel like a bitch. You're like,
yeah,
once
like they're
again,
just. It feels like they're made out of steel and they're buried in concrete. You just can't.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what he would be like today. I know he's getting a little older, breaking down some too, but he's always been there. I couldn't whoop him when he was 14.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My homeboy Elliot, he's like 5 inches shorter than me.
Yeah.
Somehow, like that dude is some ungodly beast that I fucking don't want to fight ever again.
Right.
Or my buddy Josh. My buddy Josh, he's like the exact same person, the same size and everything. But that dude, and he's a dude who's got a fat ass beer gut, lazy as a motherfucker, just like me, Irish. He's like super pale Irish, like redhead. But this dude can swing his hand harder than anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
I don't know what it
like
is.
This dude feels like he's got a brick on his fucking hand.
Yeah.
And he is not, he don't work out, dude. He don't got no muscles. He don't look nothing worse than me. And
well, me, I can tell you, we got a little buddy, Justin Gillen. He's probably 150 pounds and has a left hook. Everybody I've ever seen him land that left hook on, literally one punch just destroyed their face.
Yeah, just dick in the dirt right there. Yeah.
Yeah, just an absolute bloodbath every time he's ever hit anybody with it. And nobody sees it coming because he don't look like shit.
Exactly. That's my boy Elliot, man. He's little. You wouldn't think it, and then he fucking whammo.
Yeah. Now his buddy Barrett that he hung out with, Barrett hit you 15 times before you realized he hit you once.
Yeah.
He was dangerous, but Justin just had absolute knockout power.
I feel you.
You just would never know. You'd never see it coming. Yeah, this is my brother when he won the Battle of Rome.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Like a mixed martial arts competition they have in Georgia.
All right.
I think Forrest Griffin won it at one point in time too.
Oh shit! Okay.
But yeah, they tried to get him to go pro after that, but you know, you can't have a job and go pro. You know, if you decide to do that, you got to dedicate your life to it. We watched a grinder and a piece of pipe whip his ass for about 8 hours. Right? Yeah, we did. Dude, I had some of the funniest memories. I used to build rock crawlers, and when my brother found out what I was doing, he got really interested. So he shows up at my house one day dragging a 85, which was a straight axle Toyota.
Yeah.
I had no idea that his fucking suitcases were in the back of the truck. I thought he was just dropping the truck off. No, he didn't leave for 2 years.
Nice.
He just moved in. But I also didn't know at the time that he was already pretty addicted to ice. So he would sit out there in my shop and work.
That doesn't help anything about your brother.
No. He would work in my shop for like 5 days straight with no sleep. And then I'd go to bed at night, and he would have he was building, a part of his roll cage. And I remember standing there looking at it, dude. It was perfect. It was the most perfectly bent, engineered thing I'd ever seen. So I go to bed. I get up the next morning because he don't sleep, and there's 5 of them laying in the yard that he just cut off with a torch.
What?
He could never be happy with what he was doing because he was high.
Right. I know.
He'd just torch it off and start all over, and there's never anything wrong with it. But he was in there one day cutting some pipe with a cutoff wheel, and the cutoff wheel snapped and went through the visor of his hat. It cut all the way through the visor and hit him in the forehead.
Damn.
Left a big gash. And if it had been for the baseball hat, it probably would have killed him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much that had to have slowed it down?
Dude, I've seen that shit get lodged in your cheekbone and shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, then we were all on the trail one day, and everybody by this time had got to know my brother. We were all standing around, and he's taking a bungee cord off of something. And it pops, dude, and the hook comes up and slaps him right between the eyes. And I got tickled because you'd had to have been there to see how awkward this was. Because, literally everybody just stood there in dead silence. Nobody was willing to laugh, even though they knew that shit was funny. But nobody would laugh. They all just froze because they didn't know what he was going to do next.
Right.
It really was. Hanging around with him was like tossing a loaded Glock back and forth to one another. No safety. you don't know what's going to happen next, man. It was a nerve-wracking time. I couldn't do it again. Not at this age. I know I couldn't. But,
Right.
But he's also one of those guys, man, that you could walk into a store and some dude walks past and cuts you an eye. Even if you didn't see it, he's going to whoop his ass. He's always got your back if he's you. Unless it's him that's going to whoop you.
Yeah, then you're fucked, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss those days so much, man. Not him being addicted.
Oh, sure,
yeah. Just the times that we had. I knew it was bad one night. We were in this place called Grey Rock. It was an off-road park, and me and Meathead went on this 2-day ride. My brother and his meth smoking buddy went with him, and we weren't prepared at all. Literally, me and Meathead drove down there no, we didn't drive it. We hauled an 81 Toyota that was literally, it was nearly bone stock. We had lifted it enough to get 33s on it. And when I say lifted, I don't mean we bought an expensive lift kit. We put shackles and blocks and shit to get it up.
Yep.
And we rode it. Not only did we ride it all weekend, we didn't even bring a tent. We slept in. Like, slumped over on each other.
Yep.
And we sat there and Kevin and Robbie were parked across from us. And me and Meathead sat there all night watching the windshield of that truck because it was pitch dark. And I'm telling you, every 60 seconds, that windshield would go, it'd glow and then go out.
Yeah.
I just remember, I even asked him, I was like, Kevin, do you get any higher? I mean, you're hitting that pipe, 20 times a minute. Do you feel better he's like, no.
Nope.
Why do you, he's like, you just have to. But,
I've had enough of my close homeboys, go their wayward route with that shit. I never got it, but I understand it. Power steering belt.
Yeah. We were doing donuts. I don't know that I remember the story as well as Meathead does, but we were doing donuts in a mud pit and stopped. And when the truck slung around and came to a stop, the power steering belt came off. It took off across the field. I mean, there's hundreds of people. People are jumping out of the way. Yeah, we had some crazy times, man.
Nice.
When we hauled that truck down there, it was street worthy. It was a good looking truck. And by the end of the weekend, we realized that the only part of it that wasn't caved in was the lower part of the bed behind the right rear wheel. And when I pointed that out to Meathead, he just walked around there and kicked it and kicked it with his boot, just so it matched the rest of the truck.
Yeah.
Literally destroyed it. It was worthless.
That's wheeling.
Yeah.
That's wheeling, man. I'll send you a picture of my Jeep sometime.
All right. But I got lucky, dude. He'd been investigated by the GBI, and I ain't going to get into all that, but he checked himself into a rehab in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I thought that'll never work.
Yeah.
But he stayed there 11 months and came out a brand new person.
That's right.
They dealt with his anger management, his drug addiction, his financial irresponsibility, all of it.
Maybe I need to go there for the financial responsibility.
They changed his life completely. Yeah. I know there's more to that power steering belt story, but I can't remember it. My favorite moment in Grey Rock was I took my daughter down there when she was 15, her and her little best friend who was 15 too. And I had built her a Jeep Cherokee on 35s.
Nice.
It was locked in the rear, long arm suspension, all this stuff. And it had rained for 3 days straight. So when we get there, everything's just sloppy.
Yeah.
And dude, she literally just dominated all weekend.
Nice.
She showed dudes up all weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget. She'd been out in the mud pit she's throwing rooster tails 30 feet into the air doing. And didn't have any doors on it. When she gets done, she pulls up beside me, and this total stranger walks up to me and said, "Is that your daughter?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Would you breed my wife?"
Wow!
My daughter heard that. She still tells that story to everybody. Dude's like, "Will you breed my wife?" Yeah. Yeah, she's one of the few people to ever climb the waterfall at Grey Rock. That was like everybody saved that till the very last, like because you knew you got to winch your shit on the trailer after the waterfall.
Right.
And I told Allison, I said, Allison, it's not hard. I said, you can do it. I said, when you roll up to that last ledge, just bump it. I don't think she understood what bump it meant. She rolls up to it and touches it and starts spinning. I was like, stop. I was like, back up just about a foot. So she backed up a little bit. And I said, now bump it. Dude, she hits this ledge, Donnie, and that Jeep legit shot straight up in the air like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
And when it landed, it come down on the very ledge, and she walked that thing in a perfect 90-degree wheelie for about 100 feet.
What?
In front of about 500 people.
Dude, that's dope.
And everybody erupts into cheer. There's literally $100,000 rigs everywhere with broke part pieces trying to climb that shit.
Right.
Not only she climbed it and walked a fucking straight up wheelie for 100 feet before she sat it down.
That's fucking dope, man. Yeah. That's so awesome.
Her and her and that friend of hers they still talk about it to this day.
I bet they fucking do.
Yeah, that was their
sick.
Yeah, that was their crowning moment, dude. But I was fortunate to be able to do things like that for them, it wasn't because I had money. I worked on other people's shit in my shop 3 or 4 days of the week to make a couple $100 to buy pieces, usually used pieces and parts for my rock crawlers. But
fuck yeah, my Jeep was scratch built, bro. I hear you.
Yeah, Kyle, who are you talking about? Scorpion 6 Knives.
That's what I asked you that like 20 minutes ago.
No, yeah, but I checked them out. I think.
Okay, that's what I asked.
No, I didn't check them out on here. That's the guy you told me to check out a few days ago.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we'll pull up another one. This is another small. I had to call them small makers. They're just full custom makers.
Yeah, full custom, full American.
Yeah, because I don't know that they don't have a CNC or anything like that.
Right.
I don't have that information, but here's Scorpion 6 right here. Dude, he looks like a knife maker too, don't he?
Yeah. So he gets some stuff water jetted, but everything else is in house, man. He's got like 7 2x72 grinders. Like, this dude is a beast. It's him, his wife, and his daughter. That's it. His daughter's like 10. She doesn't actually help with the business, but his wife does.
Yeah. And this is the guy you was telling me. Wasn't this the one you was telling me was your inspiration?
Yeah, a big inspiration of mine. Yeah, this dude was actually making knives in his kitchen in an apartment while he had like a baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
The dude does fucking work and has earned his spot to where he's at, man. Like,
and he makes these ice axes?
Yeah, he makes the ice axes, bro.
Dude, I want an ice axe so bad.
Dude, you have no idea how much I want to buy one of his ice axes, but I know I cannot afford that shit.
Right. And what would I ever do with it?
I would never do anything with it except like caress it every single evening before I go to
bed. And threaten people you love with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ernie, I'll fucking ice axe you, bro.
Yeah, check out these little hatchets, dude.
Shut up. Go back to your hole.
Back in the hole, Ernie.
Or you get the hose again.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that dude's boss. Robert Carter. That man.
Well, let's check him out. That's what we were doing before I got sidetracked, like I always do.
Yeah. Robert Carter. It should be under that. Otherwise, Carter Knives. He's like the grandson of Mel Pardue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this dude's like knife making royalty. But he makes his own Timascus. He makes his own Damascus. The dude is fucking boss, dude.
I appreciate that stuff, man. But it's not for me, and I'm glad because I can't afford it.
No, I feel you. But the fact that so you see that clip?
Yeah.
Like, he made that shit like from scratch. You know, he forged that shit.
Right.
Like, and his knives are cool as fuck. They're not like overly crazy, but they're fucking perfect. And
look at that pivot.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah, he does ill work with his pivots. I still would not even know how to do a detent properly without this gentleman's help.
Oh, really?
This man has helped me a lot.
Dude, look how perfect that plunge is, dude.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
And that's probably still not even good enough for him. He still talks today. Like I see recent posts where he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to get this plunge perfect."
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that man is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And he don't give a fuck. He lives in Texas, in the sticks, doesn't give a shit about anything other than just like making the best shit he can.
I'm gonna try to share one. Now, guys, this kid's not on the same. Oh, and there. Yeah, maybe I can. Hang on. This kid's not on the same page, but he's been making knives right here in my hometown.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how to do this since he was like 16. Where's the search? I've never shared anything on Facebook, so give me a minute.
No, I hear it.
And he quit because he went in the Navy. You know what? He may not. He may not have a side anymore. I know he posted that he was going to start back making. Let me see if he's got any posts before I pull him up. I don't know if he's got anything new. Well, I found him. I don't know if he's got any of his knives on here. But this kid started not making knives, actually forging knives at 16 years old.
Nice.
And I really want to go like hang with him one day just to see what he does. But as you can see, those are made from wrenches. He's not doing super steels.
Sure.
But that's not what's important. It's the fact that as a 16-year-old kid,
he's putting in that work.
Right. He's willing to put in that work. I see some folders here. I don't know anything about him making folders. I guess I need to reach out to him again. Because before my channel kind of got messed up, when he told me he was going to start back, open the forge back up, he was interested in doing an interview. And, then my channel got shut down, so I haven't really talked to him since. But, yeah. But it makes sense because I know his dad. I know that family. The Grays, they're just real salt of the earth people. They used to own a feed store next door to my house. So
that's cool.
Yeah, they're just that kind of people, but good folks. Yeah.
I think our chat fell asleep.
Yeah, it's fell off a little bit, but it typically does when you get to talking about family and shit.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know.
Yeah. You start talking about personal shit, people aren't quite as interested, but that makes sense.
No, totally.
Yeah, but I can't stay at it much longer anyway. I've got a couple 100 acres. I got to start bush hogging tomorrow. So
bush hogging?
Yeah. And
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, we have I don't own it, but the family owns a enclosed cab tractor. So it does have air conditioning, but when it gets this hot, you still sweat in there. It just can't keep up. But you're pulling this huge mower deck behind you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mowing the fields. Yeah.
Just hogging off the fields. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. It don't really mow like a lawnmower does. It's not a nice clean cut. It just chops down all the brush and yeah, they sold the cattle off of it. My wife's dad did. So we're having to bush hog it 2-3 times a year now before it turns into a forest.
Right.
There's nothing there to keep it ate down.
You ever driven a combine?
No.
Man, me neither, but I want to so bad.
No, never been in a combine. I've operated a lot of equipment and got a bunch of hours in just like farm tractors, but nothing ever in a combine.
That shit is crazy to me. Those things are crazy, dude. Especially like the new ones, they're like $1 million and shit,
Yeah. That's the thing about farmers, dude. They're all millionaires.
Dude, farmers are nuts, dude. I have nothing but respect for fucking farmers.
They just don't have any money.
Exactly.
They've got millions of dollars worth of stuff that depreciates immensely every day.
Yep.
It's just a constant. I mean, literally, you can be a farmer with $10 million in assets and struggle to clear $100,000 a year.
Yep.
You
Which
know?
is fucked up.
Yeah, because you have to spend so much, and now the government, depends so much on them with regulations and all that stuff, till they just can't make any money.
Exactly. Kyle, that is exactly what the fuck I was talking about. That is exactly what is always in my mind anytime I think about a goddamn combine is son-in-law. We're going to take your style and we're going to take my style and we're going to interweave them.
My son-in-law with Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
so good.
Dude, I was in the Navy. Pauly Shore.
That's when his name's Crawl.
Yeah.
What's your name? Crotch?
Pauly Shore put out a banging stand-up comedy album in probably 89, 90. Dude, we listened to that thing so many times, dude.
Dude's fucking a gun, man, for sure.
I had no idea, though, of his whole story. His mother owned the biggest comedy club in Los Angeles.
Really?
That's where Joe Rogan, it's where everybody got their start.
No shit, all right.
Yeah, they all worked for Mitzi, Pauly Shore's mom.
I'm gonna get on Joe Rogan one of these days. I'm gonna make it happen.
I'd love to see it. I'm
gonna make it happen. That dude likes knives. He's only had one knife maker on there, and it was some dude that made him some kitchen knives that had like some meteorite in it or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I figure all I got to do is make him one and send it to him.
Right.
As long as it gets to him.
Yeah, that might be.
I might have a chance.
Yeah.
I tried to send one to a rapper dude that I used to know when we were kids, and that did nothing for me. So.
Yeah.
He got it. He was like, "Oh, thanks." Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle's right. Mitzi Shore's a legend, dude. A lot of these comedians talk about how when Mitzi got older, I guess she wasn't having as much luck with men, but she was making a lot of these young comedians sleep with her to get stage time.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, nobody started any drama over that or tried to get her canceled for it.
Hell no. But I mean, really though, like she gets a pass, I guess, because we've been doing it to them for a long time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Silliness.
Pauly was playing Richard Simmons' story. I don't know what you mean, Empty.
Is he going to play Richard Simmons? He was talking about it.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He would be perfect.
I do think it kind of defies all the medical stuff when you realize that Keith Richards outlived Richard Simmons.
I fucking love Keith Richards because of that. That dude is so fucking gnarly, and he just can't die.
Yeah.
He's done all the drugs, all the women, all the living, all the booze.
Half the men, probably.
Half the men, probably. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Equal opportunity at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, man. I think when you're that ugly, you're just predestined to live to be really old.
That dude is ugly. Like, I'm a goofy looking bastard, but that dude is ugly.
Yeah. He's certainly ugly. I'm gonna show Empty something. Empty, I got my FUPA.
FUPA?
Yeah. FUPA stands for fat upper pussy area.
Oh, I know what it stands for.
That's where you wear this. But we were having a conversation about it, and somebody's asking me why I'd pay that much.
Exactly, Dennis Leary, bro.
Why I would pay this much for a fanny pack. But it's because it's the only fanny pack I've ever encountered that you can rip the zipper open on it without destroying it.
Nice.
And the reason I want it where I can rip the zipper open on it. Yeah. So if you see me sporting a fanny pack, there are 3 ways to kill you in this fanny pack.
I like it.
Make all the fun you want to.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. But they are expensive. Anything you buy from SOE Gear, that fanny pack is $125.
Probably worth it, though.
Yeah. And it's made in the motherfucking United States of America.
That's right.
It says so. The tag actually
says so, goddammit.
Yeah, the tag actually says made in the motherfucking USA.
No shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, this is a shirt I got on too. I didn't even realize that.
Oh shit. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But he's kind of an asshole, man.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, he's. I don't find him that way, but a lot of people don't like the dude. But the special forces guys like him. They buy tons of shit from him. So
That speaks volumes to me.
right, yeah. But Donnie, I'm about to get off here. Like I said, dude, I got shit to do early.
Yeah, man, I'm about to finish up Claire's knife and finish up Work Knife Balance's knife tomorrow. So I feel you.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Y'all know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. I appreciate.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by and seeing my goofy ass.
Yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out, listening to us shoot shit.
Just a clown hanging out.
I hope you saw something tonight that sparked your interest, or gave you a little passion about handmade, American-made stuff. And the one maker we didn't talk about is Mr. Donnie Bless right here. So make sure you follow him on Instagram. Cool thing about Donnie is, dude, Donnie posts a lot of stuff of just little parts and pieces, as he's making them. And I think that's really cool when you look at what's going into literally the parts that he posts could have been done in minutes. On a CNC, it'd spit them out, multiple of those in minutes. So the fact that they're handmade and hand sanded to spec is just mad respect, man. That's all I can say. So anyway, appreciate you guys, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thanks, y'all.